Good morning, students. Today we are going to discuss about speed of efflux. Here, the word efflux means the word efflux means fluid outflow. Fluid outflow. We are going to see the speed of fluid outflow. We are going to obtain an expression for speed of fluid outflow in this. The scientist Torricelli discovered that the speed of efflux from an open tank is given by a formula that formula is identical to that of a speed of freely falling body. So here the Torricelli discovered that the speed of efflux, speed of fluid outflow from an open tank, the tank top surface is open to atmosphere. The speed of efflux given by Torricelli, which is identical to a speed of freely falling body. We know that speed of freely falling body from certain height h is given by square root of 2gh. The efflux speed of fluid that is given by Torricelli, which is identical to this formula. We are going to obtain this formula in this class. Okay, now I am drawing a tank. This tank contains some fluid. That fluid has a density rho. So this tank contains some fluid. The density of the fluid that is inside the container, the density is nothing but here. The density of this fluid is rho. Okay. This tank has a small orifice or small open. This small hole is at a height of y1 from the bottom. Let this tank is being sealed initially. See, the material, the fluid inside the container having a density of the fluid in the container is equal to rho. Okay, the surface above this surface, there is an air is there. Consider the pressure of this air is P. Pressure is P here. And as this hole is open to atmosphere, so pressure at this point is nothing but atmospheric pressure. Consider here the pressure is nothing but P2 is equal to simply P. Pressure at top surface is nothing but simply P. And pressure at bottom surface P1 equal to pressure at the open surface, small surface area or orifice or narrower section, pressure at this point is nothing but P1, which is equal to this hole is open to atmosphere, so P1 is equal to simply atmospheric pressure. Consider this top surface of the fluid is at a height of y2 from the reference point, from the bottom. Okay, so this will become y2 minus y1. y2 minus y1, let us consider y2 minus y1 is equal to h. Now, from Bernoulli's equation, we know that what is Bernoulli's equation here? P1 plus half rho V1 square plus rho G H1 is equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square plus rho G H2. Okay, so see here, as cross-sectional area A2 is very much greater than A1. Okay, cross-sectional area of this small hole is nothing but A1 and A2 is very much greater. We know A2 is very much greater than A1. So, we know from equation of continuity, we know that velocity is inversely proportional to area. As A2 is very much greater than A1, as A2 is more, V2 is very less. V2 is very much less than V1. That is, V2 is approximately is equal to 0. Why I am taking approximately equal to 0? See, when you observe at your home, when you observe in a large tank, suppose you opened a tap, the velocity of the fluid outflow at the tap, you can observe that velocity, it will be more. But when you look into the open tank, this surface, top surface, is moving very slowly. We cannot identify the motion of the top surface with our naked eye. That means velocity of this fluid flow is very much less. I am almost approximately equating it to 0. Velocity V2 at this top surface is equal to 0. I hope you understand my point. So V2 equal to 0. So from above equation, I am rewriting the Bernoulli's equation again. So from this, I am writing P1 plus half rho V1 square plus rho G. Here H1 is nothing but Y1. Point 1 is at a height of Y1 from the ground. Rho G Y1 equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square. This term will become 0 because we considered V2 is equal to 0 approximately, plus rho G. H2 is nothing but here the top surface or second point is at a height of Y2 from the ground. Now, so here half rho V1 square is equal to rho G Y2 is there, rho G Y2. When this rho G Y1 comes to right side, it will become minus rho G Y1. And this, when P1 comes to this side, it will become minus P1. And P2 is there. When this P1 comes to this side, it will become minus P1. P2 is already there, so P2, I have written P2 as it is. So here I am writing half rho V1 square is equal to, when I take rho G as common, I will get Y2 minus Y1 plus P2 is there minus P1 is there. Okay, so I am rearranging the terms. When this 2 comes to this side, rho V1 square equal to 2 rho G. Y2 minus Y1 is nothing but what? It is equal to H, 2 rho G H plus P2. We considered P2 is equal to P, pressure above the top surface, is nothing but simply P, minus P1 is nothing but pressure at first point, which is equal to atmospheric pressure, because this small hole is open to atmospheric pressure. So P1 is replaced with PA. I replaced this one. So V1 square is equal to, when this row comes to right side, it will be in denominator 2 rho GH divided by rho plus P minus PA divided by rho. So here this rho and rho get cancelled. So finally V1 is equal to, when square comes to this side, it will become square root 2GH plus P minus PA divided by rho. P minus PA divided by rho. If top surface is open to atmosphere, when it is open to atmosphere, when this top surface is removed, when it is open to atmosphere, P2 is equal to P is equal to simply, which is also equal to atmospheric pressure. So when top surface is open to atmosphere, final pressure P is equal to, pressure at top surface P is equal to simply atmospheric pressure. Therefore P minus PA will become 0. When top surface is open to atmosphere, P minus PA equal to 0. So this term goes to 0. Therefore V1 is equal to, it will come out as square root of 2GH. This speed of efflux, speed of fluid outflow, V1, velocity at this point, V1 is equal to square root of 2GH. This is identical to speed of freely falling body from certain height h. So this is Torricelli's law. Now we are going to discuss about Venturi meter. Here Venturi meter is a device. To measure the flow speed of incompressible fluid. Okay. See, here Venturi meter consists of a horizontal tube like this. This is a broader cross-sectional area, and this horizontal tube is connected to a constriction. Constriction is having smaller cross-sectional area. Okay. Let us consider in this flow tube, the fluid flowing, the density of the fluid that is flowing in this tube is nothing but, consider it is equal to rho. I am writing it as density of fluid flowing in the flow tube. Just consider it is equal to rho. So density of the fluid that is flowing in the flow tube is equal to rho. See here, I am attaching a manometer, U-shaped tube, to this. So I am attaching a U-shaped tube. One end of the U-shaped tube is attached to broader cross-sectional area, and another end of the tube is attached to constriction. Constriction is nothing but which is having a smaller cross-sectional area. So here, see, I am writing it as like this. Right. So see here, and this U-shaped tube is being filled with a liquid which is having a density of rho. density of the medium which is inside the manometer tube, U-shaped manometer tube. The density of the material that is inside this is nothing but rho m. When it is connected like this, the level in the U tube raised like this, raised here, and here the level will be lowered at this point. The level will be lowered here and level will be raised here. Okay, consider the height difference between these two ends is equal to h. Why the fluid is raised at this end? We will discuss here why it will be raised. Consider the area of broader cross sectional area is capital A and area of this smaller construction is nothing but a small a. Here area of this broader section is A, area is more. From equation of continuity, velocity is inversely proportional to cross sectional area. As area is more here, velocity will be less. So velocity will be less. Okay, see this point and this point are equal, almost at equal height from reference point. Y1 is equal to Y2. Y1 or H1 is equal to H2. H1 is equal to H2 here. So if H1 is equal to H2, Bernoulli's equation will become, as heights are same, height of this one and the height of this one are same, so P1 plus half rho V1 square is equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square. Rho GH1 and rho GH2 cancels each other. Okay, so P1 plus half rho V1 square. So P plus half rho V square is equal to constant. We know this. That means pressure term and half rho V square term, sum of these two must be constant. See here, as the cross sectional area is more, velocity is less. If velocity is less, kinetic energy per unit volume, this term value will be less. If this term value is less, in order to compensate the constant value, the pressure will be more. See here again, as area of cross section is more here, velocity is less. If velocity is less, half rho V square term will be less. But total P plus half rho V square must be constant always. In order to compensate the constant value, so P should be more, as half rho V square term is less at this point. So P will be more at this point. So here the pressure will be more. Pressure is more. And come to this point, and here area of cross section is less. So velocity will be more. If velocity is more, half rho V square term will be more. That means in order to compensate the constant value, if half rho V square term is more, P should be less here. So pressure at this point is less at constriction. So pressure at this point is more than pressure at this point. Pressure at constriction is less. So as pressure at this point is more, so fluid level will be lowered here. And as the pressure is less, the fluid will be raised to certain height h. So that's why because of the pressure difference, the raise in the liquid level is also different at the two sides of the U tube. Okay. Now here we know that from equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Here area of cross section, A1 is nothing but capital A, and here A1 is equal to capital A and A2 equal to area of constriction, which is equal to small a. So here V2 is equal to A1 by A2 into V1. Therefore V2 is equal to A1 is nothing but capital A divided by A2 is nothing but small a into V1. This is an expression for V2 is equal to capital A by small a into V1. Now I am taking this formula from Bernoulli's equation, as heights are same, h1 is equal to h2. There will be no height term in the Bernoulli's equation. So we have only other term, P1 plus half rho V1 square is equal to P2 plus half rho V2 square. So here we are going to obtain an expression for V1. So half rho V1 square is equal to P2 minus P1 plus, this bring this P2 to left side. So it will become P1 minus P2 is equal to half rho V2 square. Here V2 is nothing but V2 is equal to capital A by small a into V1. Capital A by small a into V1 whole square half rho V2 square minus, when this half rho V1 square comes to right side, it will become negative, half rho V1 square. Therefore, now P1 minus P2 is equal to half rho is constant, V1 square is there, V1 square is there. We can take V1 as also common. So remaining thing is capital A square divided by small a square. Half rho V1 square already taken as common, so minus 1 will be there. Okay, now the pressure difference at this point, pressure difference P1 minus P2 is nothing but simply we know it is equal to gauge pressure rho GH. So I am replacing P1 minus P2 with rho GH, that is equal to half rho V1 square into a square divided by a square minus 1. Here, what is the density of the medium here? Density of the medium is equal to rho m. So rho m GH is equal to half rho V1 square into a square by a square, small a square minus 1. So here I am rearranging the term here in order to get V1. So 2 rho m GH. Rho m is nothing but density of the liquid that is inside the manometer U tube. And rho is nothing but density of the fluid that is flowing in the flow tube. Rho m GH by rho is equal to V1 square of capital A square by small a square minus 1. Now V1 square is equal to 2 rho m GH divided by rho into capital A square by, when this term comes to left side, it will be under denominator, capital A square by small a square minus 1. Okay, when this square is removed, it will become square root under root of 2 rho m GH divided by rho into a square by small a square minus 1. This is an expression for velocity of the fluid in the flow tube. So this is an expression for velocity of the fluid in the flow tube. So this is all about venturimeter. Here we are going to discuss about one example. Now we are going to discuss an example here. Example number 11.7. Here the example is telling about the flow of blood in a large artery of an anesthetized dog is diverted through a venturimeter. The wider part of the meter has a cross sectional area, capital A is equal to 8 millimeter square and equal to that of archery, capital A equal to 8 millimeter square. The narrower part has an area small a is equal to 4 millimeter square. So here capital A, the ratio of capital A to small a is equal to 8 millimeter square divided by 4 millimeter square. So here this one and this one cancels out. 8 by 4 is nothing but the ratio of A divided by small a is nothing but 2. And the pressure drop in the artery is 24 pascals. The pressure drop, that is pressure difference, is equal to rho mgh, which is equal to how much? 24 pascals. Pressure drop or pressure difference. We replaced pressure difference with rho mgh. That rho mgh is equal to 24 pascals. And what is the speed of the blood in the artery? What is the speed of the blood in the artery? What is V1? And density of the fluid that is flowing in the artery is nothing but blood. The density of the blood is equal to 1060 kg per meter cube. We know this constant value. We have discussed already in the table, density table. Density of water is 1000 kg per meter cube and density of blood is equal to 1060 kg per meter cube. We know these values. We need to find out V1 here. Just now we have derived an expression for V1 is equal to under root of 2 rho mgh divided by rho into capital A by small a, capital A by small a whole square minus 1. We got this expression. So which is equal to under root of 2 into rho mgh is nothing but pressure difference. The pressure difference is given by how much? 24 pascals. 24 pascals divided by rho. Rho is nothing but density of the blood 1060 into capital A by small a whole square. Capital A by small a is nothing but how much? 2 square minus 1. So here V1 is equal to under root of 2 into 24 is nothing but 48 divided by 1060 into 2 square minus 1 is nothing but 3. So by solving this, you will get the answer V1. It will be turned out as 0.125 meter per second. Okay students, with this class, with this I am going to conclude this class. Tomorrow we will continue with the next topics. Thank you. Have a nice day.